Hello everyone, myself Vikas and this is my 10th video on Python tutorial. In this video we will learn about the concept of loops in Python. There may be a situations when you need to execute a several number of lines or a block of code over and again, okay? Then in such cases we use loops. So loops are nothing but they are control structures that allow multiple statements to be executed over again and again with a modified data. I mean, consider the example. Okay, suppose if you are adding two numbers and each of the time you are incrementing both of the number by one. Okay, then you are doing the same thing, you are repeating the same thing, you are adding two numbers, but the difference is that each of the time you are incrementing those numbers. Okay, so you are doing the same work with a change data, isn't it? So under such conditions you use loops. Okay, so now let us discuss the the two important loops which are used in Python. They are while and for loop. Now let us come to the first one, while loop. What does this while loop do? In case of while loop, how you use, you write the while under the bracket, you give one space. Okay, under the bracket you write your conditions, that is up to and while, sorry, not wine, it's while. Never make mistake in keywords, otherwise Python will kill you. Python will come out of the screen and it will kill you. So this is our condition, that is while number is less than 10. That means till how longer we have to repeat, till our number is less than 10 or not. So what does this while loop do? This repeats the block of a statement until a condition is satisfied. Okay, I'll demonstrate it. Now let us move to the second one, for loop. Okay, now for loop in Python is quite different from the for loop used in case of other programming languages such as C and Java. For loop in Python works in this way. You write the for loop, you write the keyword for, then you write a name of a variable. Okay, suppose let that variable be I. Okay, then you use the membership operator, that is in, and then you write sequence. Sequence are nothing but they are a sequence of numbers. Okay, that sequence could be a list or anything. For example, if I'm having a list 1, and it is containing some numbers, say 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, then these all will be called as sequence. This will be called a sequence. Okay, now how it works, what it will do, it will keep on repeating on each of these sequences, each of the value on the sequences. First it will move to 1, then value 1 will be stored under the variable name. Okay, then it will move to 2, and the value of 2 will be stored under variable. Similarly for 3, similarly for 4. That means it will keep on iterating till there are no more numbers left in the sequence. So in case of for loop, the repetition is done, means the number of repetition depends upon the number of items in the sequence. It makes that is the mechanism which makes the for loop of Python different from other for loops. Okay, the best thing of for loop in Python is that you aren't, I mean, there are less probability of being stuck in a infinite loop. Infinite loops are the loops which keep on iterating until the end of the program. Okay, until the program is not ended. But under some conditions infinite loops can also be proved to be beneficial. Suppose if you are designing a server, then server will continuously have to fed data. It has to communicate with the user. So under such conditions we use infinite loops. But till now we are not concerned with the servers, so let us restrict our discussion to the finite loop. Okay. Now suppose I want to print the numbers from 1 to 10. Okay, suppose I will assume a number and each time I will add 1 to it and I'll print it. Okay, now I'll put it under while loop. Until how longer I have to repeat this process? Till number doesn't becomes equals to 10, doesn't becomes greater than 10, I mean. Okay, then what I gonna do? First I'll print the value of number, and then I have to increase the value of 1, value of 1 by, sorry, value of num by 1, value of num by 1. Okay, now let us run the program and see. Wait, what's the mistake? Let's see what mistake I have made. Num equals to 1, num is greater than 10, sorry, while num is less than 10. Okay, so till the number is less than 10 it will keep on iterating. Okay, now let us run the program and see. It has printed up to number 9, isn't it? Now if I put equals to less than or equals to 10, less than or equals to 10, then it will print up to 10. So how it works? This while loops keeps on iterating this block of statements till the conditions is satisfied. When the number exceeds 10, then this condition become false and it stops iterating. So that's how while loop works. Okay, now let us move to our next one called for loop. Okay, now I'm doing the same thing using for loop. How I gonna do? I write the for, I write the name of the variable. Suppose my variable be var1. Okay, in. Now what is the sequence? How many times we have to repeat? We have to repeat it 10 times, isn't it? So I will need a list which contains 10 values, isn't it? In our case, we will do it using a inbuilt function called as range. What does this function does? This function makes a sequence in the ranges provided. Okay, this is the starting by end. The basic format of using range function is, we will discuss it later on. Range function is start comma end. Okay, so between these intervals, start and end intervals, it will make a list of all the number lying between these intervals. Okay, so we have got our sequence of 10 numbers ranging from 1 to 10. So that's how you do. Now what I gonna do now, I will print the num first, and then each time I will increase the value of num by 1. Now let us run the program and see how it works. It has printed up to 9. When I do up to 11, then it will have 10 numbers, isn't it? Because the range function returns number between these values. Okay, between this starting and end, so it will print one number less than the range provided. So now it has 10 number of sequences, so it will repeat the loop 10 times. So that's how it works. Okay, guys, let us now discuss the concept of control statements in loops. That means the break, continue, and pass statement in loops. Okay, now suppose I have a loop. Okay, suppose I have a loop which is iterating 10 times. Okay, number is less than what, 10, then I have to print what, print the value of number, and then I have to increment number each time by 1. Okay, now how many time it gonna iterate? It gonna iterate, wait a minute, it gonna iterate 10 times. Now if I want that, if the loop I mean if the value of num reaches to 5, I want the loop to be stopped, then in that case I can use break statement. Now let us use a if condition. If num equals to 5, okay, then under that condition what I gonna do, under that condition I should break the loop. This, what does this break statement does? This break statement will take the control out of this loop. That means it will immediately stop the iteration of the loop. Okay, now let us run the program. Oh sorry, I forgot to put the colon. Never forget to put the colon, otherwise Python will come out of the screen and it will kill you. So here we see it is printing only up to 5, but according to the conditions provided it should print up to number 10. But since we have used the break statement, it has braked, the break statement has braked the loop when the value of number has reached 5. Now let us discuss another important control statement called as continue. Okay, what does this continue statement does? Continue, this continue will bypass all the statements coming right next after it. For example, this continue when the number will become equals to 5, then it will bypass this statement, that is number equals to number plus 1. That means it will ignore this, it will bypass this incrementation statement. So when you want to bypass some statement in case of loop, then you use continue statement. Let us see. Oh sorry, yeah, it has bypassed this increment statement. So the value of number is not changing, and if the value of number will not change, then it is most certain that your loop will hang into infinite loop conditions. Okay, so that is what this continue does. Now let us move to the third one called as pass. Pass statement does nothing actually. Pass statement you generally use when you suppose you in some condition you later on want to uh, make a function here. Suppose you want to make a function at this point, okay, here in the curly braces. Suppose if you want to make a function here, but till now your function has not been created, then in that condition you will use pass statement. If you will not use pass statement, then for your incomplete function the interpreter will show error. So to avoid error, we generally use pass statement. This pass statement will do nothing in our case. This pass statement generally, uh, actually this pass statement is somewhat similar to comment statement. Okay, so that's what I have discussed. In next video, we will discuss about nested ifs and some other concepts. Thanks for watching, and please like my videos and subscribe my channel.